Hey there, friendlies. How's up? I'm noticing that there's a 5-second delay between what's happening right here and what's happening over on my YouTube page. So now I've got a sense of just how long that delay is. Tonight is 5 seconds. Tea's a good drink. So, um, before we do anything of substance, let me start with the usual thing. Welcome to the Bevies, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream where we have bevies of beverages. We have a blade up there, and we may, in fact, discuss something bushcraft adjacent on this night of nights. I don't really have a plan for tonight. I do have tea. I forgot whiskey. All right. It's okay. It's okay. If you are time shifted to tomorrow or next week or whatever, thanks for being here. I love seeing the comments appear down below. And excuse me, I love that some of you feel that it's worth your time to hang with us, even though you're too late to participate in that Judy Make chat over there. If at any point tonight you absolutely adore what's going on, then I invite you to leave me a smiley thumb. If at any point tonight you really kind of hate what the hell I'm doing here, that's okay. The excuse me, the frowny thumb works just as well. And if you'd like to help keep that light on around here, as several in the side chat already have, then I invite you to check out the boom join button. Right click, open in a new tab, and then as you're listening to the dulcet tones of my voice, which tonight is not so dulcet, you can still investigate the 2 tiers of membership and what is available to you at each of those tiers. Now, without much further ado, more tea. And I don't have like an emergency bottle here because I cleaned up. So I'm just going to see who's kicking back with us. I have misplaced this. Just making sure nobody's texted me anything about the live stream. Nope, but my battery is at 18%. So there we go. All plugged in and ready to go. Interesting. Something just popped up on my screen. So who is hanging with the team? So we had Peanut Trucker popping on screen, popping in essentially right after I finished setting up tonight's live stream. Excuse me. There you go. Peanut Trucker is a channel mod, by the way. There's Mark. Mark popping in, saying hi. Mark is a channel hero, by the way. Chris is, oh, you're still driving, trying to get his way through Las Vegas. Okay. Well, drive safe. I hope nothing happens to you in Vegas. But as we know, what happens in Vegas, well, you know how it is. Country Boy Trapped in the City popping in, who is a channel mod and a channel hero. Third one in tonight. Still made it in just before the live stream actually went live. So you guys are the early birds tonight. Excuse me. Country Boy does not see Jerry. Neither do I. He might pop in a little later. Maybe he's on another cruise. Hey, holy crap. Honeybee's popping in right at the start tonight. Nice to see you. Honeybee, I want to show you something. So you guys have seen my brain book, right? It's a great leather book. I don't know what this leather is called, but it's lovely. I just got from Istanbul this, which is a shinier leather. It's much, much stiffer. The system it uses for putting it's designed for these Travelers Company inserts that I use in this one. It's got a completely different system, but when I got this, I was like, man, I gotta show Honeybee. I would almost sent you a picture, but then I got distracted by life. So that's really cool. And because it's a second, I got it for 20 Canadian dollars instead of 125 Canadian dollars. You know what the second is for? It's like a line right there, and a ding right there. Do you think I care about such things? Look at the condition they end up in. So I was like, yep, that's what I will happily pay 25 or whatever it was. So yeah, that's cool. I got it recently and it was affordable and I'm happy and it was made in Turkey. Grace, how you doing, Grace? What's going on in Graceland tonight? Graceland. Hi with Mike. How you doing? How's the weather down there in Florida tonight? In La Florida. Everyone's just sort of saying hi to each other. Hey, Susie Q's in the house. How you doing, Susie? Incidentally, Grace is a channel hero right now, which is nice to see. Honeybee is a channel mod, so be nice or be pounded by the mod hammer. So how's it going, Susie? What you doing tonight? Sean in Alaska popping in. Having supper while watching. Spent a few hours peeling logs, and now you're having a rib steak with a salad. Sounds good. I made what city girl would call a padish. I had most of a leftover rotisserie chicken, so I deboned it. Like I took all the meat off the bones, chopped it up, chopped up some mushrooms, shallot. Mushrooms and a shallot. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I wanted to do peppers, but we were out. I did all that up good. Threw in some chicken broth, like a cup or two, and then I did a slurry with cornstarch to thicken it up, kind of like a sauce. And as the chicken cooked, it sort of shredded itself, and then I poured that over rice. And for the first time in forever, Camille, came in from after school basketball. Like, what's for supper? She went and grabbed that, and she actually unreservedly liked what I made, which is great because I'm getting tired of people going, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's effort, is what it is, child." Anyway, so yeah, rib steak sounds pretty good. Destiny got an ad. Hi, Destiny. How are you doing? That still seems a little early for an advert. Unless Destiny just got like an ad because she just joined. That's probably what happened there. So yeah, I went and forgot to bring over a whiskey for tonight. Damn it. Who's having a drink? Where's Christy tonight? She's usually here by now. But yeah, that's just the way of things right now. I'm really tired. I had an appointment today that was long and took a lot out of me. So I'm putting my brave face on tonight. Putting on the brave face. Oh, interesting. Okay, you guys remember? So I have to plug it in. Oh, there's some YouTube stuff behind there. There's me. So I have to actually plug it in with an actual wire. That's good to know. Let me take that off the stream. So if I want to show you guys something on my desk, then we all know what's that's cool. I have now discovered something new. Destiny is no Pellegrino. Perrier tonight. Perrier is Trey Bubbly for sure. Yeah. Country Boy is just whoops, clickety clack. There we go. Just warming up some leftover curry and rice. Used rotisserie chicken and chickpeas in the curry. That sounds good. I like me a chickpea or two. Chickpeas are like an underrated hero of the kitchen. I wish more of my family liked them. Actually, no, Cody, her mom, and I all love hummus. I used to make my own hummus all the time. I just don't have any hours left in the day these days. But I do like me the chickpeas. Oh, honeybees just popped in briefly. All right, good tonight. Good to my snappy. It was good to have you while we did. Sleep well. I know I certainly would if I was smart enough to be going to bed right now, because I am tired. And Country Boy is finishing off the rabbit hole tonight. Uh-oh. That's too bad. That's some good stuff. Christy tried a rabbit hole, but I don't remember which one it was. Or no, I asked her which one it was, but she never answered me. See, now that I just discovered how to get my camera to appear on my cell phone camera to appear on screen, I kind of want to build models on my next live stream or something, so I'll have something to show you guys. Check this out, though. You know, where is it? Oh yeah, I got it. When I want to, like when I try to do a sketch of something and I'm awkwardly holding something up. Well, check this out, peoples. Add cam. Add extra camera. Tabernacle. Check this out. Say, let's get rid of the keyboard for a second. Say I'm trying to describe something to you guys, and I as I like to write it down. Now I can just do it like this. So yeah, that cabin I wanted to build, it's going to have a wall here with a door in it, right? Because why not? I think that's a nice step to take. I might put a window here. I think a cabin should have a window. I mean, it's an opinion that not everybody shares, but I certainly do. And then, like, for my cabin, what I want on it is a roof, right? And it's gonna like maybe a metal roof or something. And just I might add like a chimney, right? Because inside, I might want to have heat. So like maybe inside I'll have a little wood burning stove, right, with the pipe that goes up and then out the, that's inside. And this cabin might be all logs, maybe a metal roof, maybe thatched, so like I like to draw diagrams. Oh, this is powerful. Now, too bad it's not a little closer up, but still, come on, man. That's cool. That's some cool shift. So now I know how to do it. So next time I'm trying to draw something for you guys, I'll just be really irritating and shove my keyboard over and do it on my desktop. That works for me. I'm happy. I'm a happy boy. I'm excited to have something to show you guys. Let me just disconnect that. Are you sure what to disconnect? Yes. Shut up. Extra camera was unplugged. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to talking to you guys. Destiny's like, I miss Christy and Jerry. Just saying. Okay. All right. But I'm here, right? Chris is here. We got Country Boy. I feel that we're all just a little hurt right now, Destiny. Just a little. And where is Marcus? I don't know. He's got to be on call. How many of you hung out for my live stream a few days ago? Or how many of you checked it out after the fact? Because it was very few people who actually joined. I mean, look, I didn't announce it or anything. It was totally spur of the moment because I discovered that there was no books. So it's like, if there ain't no books, someone's got to keep the flame lit. Someone's got to keep the lights on YouTube. Someone has to step up, heroically thump their shield with their mallet or their sword. Cheer. let loose their barbaric yop as you know. Um, Charles is here. Charles and Annie, how's it going? Are you in the heat of early summer down there, or is it kind of a today? It looked like it was going to be really warm, but I was not warm at all. Destiny, and where's Shawnee? Shawnee will sometimes pop in a little late, or sometimes she's listening but not saying anything. She's very busy, and I understand that completely. By the way, I forgot to mention that Destiny right now is also a channel hero, as as are Charles and Annie. Yes, Country Boy is asking the same thing I was. How are the Philippines today? I meant just weather speaking, but he might be talking about everything. Yeah, it's funny because I used it once for something. I don't remember what, but I couldn't remember how I made it to work. And it's because I wasn't connecting it by a wire. I was trying to wirelessly connect it, which apparently no, was straight up 20th century here. 92. So what is that? So like 40 degrees is 100, or is that 104 or something? Oh yeah, so that sounds like a hot day. Yeah. I would not like that. Hey, outdoor dauber in the house. Oh, hey dauber. You you doing okay? What are you doing this week? Are you following us from out in the woods somewhere? Man, you get to the woods so often. I feel envy. Next Bob Ross. Yeah. I miss that guy. It's funny because that guy has become a real meme, but back in the day, um, his painting shows were straight up ASMR, man. He was there, we're gonna put a happy little tree right up in here. Just like and there was an era of like PBS sort of production where it was like dead air studio, like dry. So there were no echoes, there was nothing. And he was just talking right into the void kind of thing. And I mean, I spent my whole life in art school. So I was watching him just pull these pictures out of the ether almost, you know, just like, "Hey, we're going to just do this." I'm like, this is not going to, oh, yeah, this is going to, and so and he was always painting something about like the forest or whatever, right? He's always putting in happy little mountains right here and having happy little mistakes that turn into something freaking gorgeous. My little art school mind was bent by some of his episodes. I didn't watch every single one, of course. I've never watched every single one of anything except maybe back in the day GI Joe or the Transformers, maybe running home from school in time for the after school cartoons. And I had to run home from like downtown, so it was a long haul. Um, yeah, that's what I was looking for, Dauber. That's what I was looking for. Destiny, that stings a little bit, but I'm resilient. I'll live. I like it. Grace, yeah, you were there. Yeah. Is that a quotable quote? Thump their shield with their sword, or whatever I said, their mallet, because of course. Yeah, Mark, it was totally spur of the moment. I was like, hey, maybe I'll do a member stream. Boop, there was. And in fact, I had wanted to do just one of my vertical ones with my phone, but we pulled out the big bed in the living room so that the youngest could fall asleep watching a movie. So I figured that me, you know, shaking up cocktails and all that stuff in the kitchen would be the wrong choice. And so it's 92 degrees, so something like high 30s, and it's only 9:17 a.m. God. So what's it going to go up to today? Yuck. Homie, oh me in the house. Excuse me. How you doing, homie? Nice to see you. With all your fancy tools. How are things where you are, homie? How's the weather? Yeah, exactly. Hello, Canada. The whole country waves back. Dauber was camping with his son this past weekend. Went Nessmuk We went to the Nessmuk Sporting Goods open house. Working this week and going fishing Saturday with the scouts. The Nessmuk Sporting Goods open house. Or you went, to me, Nessmuk Sporting Goods is like a wooden box full of a bunch of vials. I mean, we all know about, the knife and the axe. Sounds good. Happy little accidents. I love that about him, because the thing is, on TV, so often it's all about, you've got to get it perfect, right? And in fact, a lot of reality TV is not reality. Everything is staged. Everything is, and a lot of even documentaries are staged to a certain extent. Like they're trying to capture a point of view kind of thing. And so to see a mistake happen and someone just shrug it off on live TV, or shrug it off on TV and just happy little accident, was enchanting to me. Another show that really caught that sometimes was the Woodwright's Shop with my brain's letting me down. Come on, stop it, man. Woodwright's Shop with I really hate it when my freaking brain does this to me. The Woodwright's Shoppy, I think. No, the Woodwright's Shop was an American traditional woodworking show hosted by master woodworker Roy Underhill. Thank you, Wikipedia, because my freaking brain let me down. Yeah. But yeah, sometimes he had like things out. Like once he just pounded his thumb with a hammer and and he didn't swear, which tells me that if he I think he said, "Oh, geez, yikes," or something like that. And if he didn't swear in that kind of situation, that tells me the guy does not have a potty mouth, right? Because in a moment like that, that's where everything disappears, right? So if he just had this really carefully constructed persona, then it would have gone. And he's the same guy. And I really like that. I saw his TED Talk. Was it Have Broad Axe Will Travel, I think it was, or something like that? Great on-screen personality. Absolutely. Okay. Chris is parked now, which is nice. Means you can kick back, crack open a pop, because I believe you do not drink the devil's juice. Maybe have a snack or some supper and just watch, interact, do all the stuffs. There's a Bob Ross YouTube channel with every season and episode for free. Oh my snap! I am gonna check that out. I'll listen to that instead of ASMR to get to sleep. Happy little accidents. Done. Out like a light. Such a comforting. It's hard to imagine that guy being in the Air Force. Like, not because the Air Force is full of innards eating savages, but because all armed services have basic training that you go through, right? All armed services have, and he was a non-commissioned officer, or I guess in Canada now they're called non-commissioned members. I don't know about in the States. So the guy sat within the chain of command. So he had people under him who he had to. So it's interesting to think of that guy in that kind of context, you know. Hey, David Evans popping in. David Evans is a channel mod, and I believe is also a channel hero, and I am right about that. See, now that I've put my my phone camera here, is kind of in the way, so I'm just going to move that a little bit. Just going to move that a little bit now. By the way, he called us the most peoplest peoples he knows. So, I mean, thank you. I take that to heart. That means a lot coming from you. What? 11 watches, only 5 thumbs? And because now we have to actually refresh YouTube rather than it keeping a running tally, I still have like, it still tells me like one, oh no, it says 12 people watching, but like the thumbs up are still at 0. So what? Nobody likes what I'm doing? Nobody likes the work I'm putting out here? I'm working it, guys. I'm working it. That's my working it face. I have no idea. That was dumb. But hey, you guys aren't here because of my incredible intelligence, so it's okay. Destiny is meeting David halfway on the peopleettes. Bow to our king, apparently. All right, fair enough. Don't call him a king; it'll go straight to his head. At least I got to the mutant time this time. David, Destiny, you silver-tongued devil. Okay, so apparently 92 degrees. Freedom is 33.33 degrees Canadian. We'll just round that down to 33. It's still stankin' hot, in my opinion. I'm happiest at like maybe 20. You know, between 15 and 20. Destiny says, what is this? You ought to admit Justin's canvas apron with the lemon squeezer, an extra long stir spoon, and the stamped clear ice makes just an icon and the moment. Oh, all my hard work is coming to fruition. It's funny because after that last live stream we did in the kitchen where I was making up the drinks, I couldn't find the spoon, and I did. I finally put out another goddamn YouTube video. Did it on my other channel about whiskey and about the burnout I've been feeling about YouTube for, was it 9 months? Like when the hell was my last video? And so I was tasting this whiskey, and I realized I had to let it sit for a little bit. So I turned off the camera and said, I'm going to make an old fashioned with this. And then I turned on the camera and everything and started going in and realized I had no idea where my spoon was. So I had to just take a stupid little normal spoon, but like they don't turn right in a rocks glass, you know? So it just destroyed my entire video. I'm in pain, people. Anyways, I found it tonight while I was doing the dishes. Better late than never. Very windy down where homie lives. A little chilly. Nice to be snuggled tight inside, is it not? Oh, is that why it's called the Nessmuk? Yeah, I knew that he roamed northern Pennsylvania, but I didn't know that there was a sporting goods store near where several of his camps were. I wonder if anyone has done. Tauber, you probably know this, but do you know if anyone has done sort of like a Nessmuk pilgrimage? Like pinpointed his camps and like, or where they're believed to be, and like, you know how people used to do that pilgrimage to what was his guy name? The guy who died in Alaska, the middle class white kid who figured he had to march off into the wilderness and he died in like an abandoned bus. You remember? And like people used to take this pilgrimage to that bus in Alaska, and every year Alaskan Special Forces, Alaskan Rescue Service had to go and pluck these people out of the woods. So they finally just took the bus out. But like, does anyone do like a Nessmuk pilgrimage? I mean, people do a pilgrimage to Dick Proennke's house, right? I mean, Dick Proennke's house is a whatever the American version of a heritage building is, right? But because don't you think that would be interesting to do? Like take a few months off work and pack a YouTubing camera, obviously, and like hit the areas where Nesmith was sort of thought to have stopped. I mean, he didn't pinpoint all his campsites on the map for us to follow, obviously, but like someone who knows that area really well is probably like he was around here somewhere. You know, he was on this lake. Do it like the Dick Proennke, right? Nesmith stayed on this lake many times. He had an axe and he cut down some branches with which to create a small lean-to. His breeches are made of pantasote, and he has a large box full of drugs and other medical equipment. That was me filming with an old like 60s film camera. I'd like to see that place. It's very vintage. I would love to see that someday. Right under hill. Yep. I like that guy. And he was good for TV, man. He was good for TV. And what was that guy? What was that show? You know, he had a workshop and he, you know, every episode he's like, you know, you gotta have this, that, and these safety glasses. What was his name? What was that? What was that wood shop show called? Um, PBS had some good shows once upon a time. Oh, Sesame Street was PBS for sure. I used to send a lot of money to PBS back in the day. I just don't watch TV anymore. Yeah, exactly, David. Thank you to Wikipedia and Sean in Alaska. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it started with "ah gee" or something like "ah geez" or something like that. I work with a guy who calls people mother fudgers. I'm like, everybody knows they're Mother Hubbards, man. Um, Country Boy, yeah, that's kind of why I was talking about him because I sort of see them both in the same vein as well, for sure. You know, they both have a kind of unpolished energy to them that you just fall for. You just watch. You know. Um, Shawnee's asking, are those razors on his shirt? On whose shirt? Who's got razors? Hi, Shawnee, by the way. Oh, no. They're Haida paddles because Haida art is my all time favorite art. I would love one day to be able to go to Haida Gwaii. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I do love me Northwest Coast Indian art, Indian, Amerindian, Northwest Coast Native. I'm showing my age here, people. Art, and specifically Haida. I'm just sort of everyone's saying hi. Woodwright Shop has episodes on there too. Yes, I have in fact watched Woodwright Shop episodes quite a bit. Not in recent times, but back in the day. Yeah, absolutely. Um, this episode. Destiny says, "What's up with that? The stream is live, the chat's live, but the likes are behind and locked. What do you mean locked? What does that mean? Let me check. Let me edit the video because that's the only way I can see stuff like that. Hold on a second. Dauber sent me a message. Is this something I can show? Wow. Yep, I'm gonna show that. And I'm gonna hide your damn name. Focus, damn you. Oh, wait. I have to adjust the forgot about that. I went and forgot about that. Look at that. And look at the inside. I love that kind of old school. So you said that the likes are locked? I'm just taking a look. Allow automatic chapters, who cares? Allow automatic concepts, who cares? Automatic dubbing, who cares? Show how many viewers like the stream, yeah. Comments on, moderation basic. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. If the likes are locked, that makes no sense to me. I don't know. Now I have an ad. Don't work it too hard, Jess. You'll break a hip. You young whippersnappers don't understand. Okay, I got to get rid of this ad on the YouTube side because it was irritating. I have so little patience for ads now. It's like, I love using Monday.com, Skip. I don't care how bubbly you are about Monday.com. I don't want to hear about it. You know. Tonight's topic, David, is it's all about you. It's all about the kings. It's all about the heroes. I don't know what the topic is. I did not have the time to admit. Hey, look who's here! Long's Quest in the house. How you doing, Skip? Skippity. There it is. Destiny's got it. Men who love the bush. Thank the gods you put the word "the" in there, Destiny. Dauber says the owner of the store knows where several. I just realized what I said. Oh, awful. Okay, get it together. So not classy. God, Jess, what the hell, man? The owner of the store knows where several of Nesmic's camps are, but I don't think anyone has done a pilgrimage. But wouldn't that be amazing? I would do that. I would need to paddle a lot more than I do right now, but one day that would be cool. Yeah, he ate something that done him in, right? What the hell was his name? I read the book. I was fundamentally irritated at the guy. It was like, was he a philosophy student or something? It was just like a lot of people do things that they think are. I'm just talking bad about the dead. Never mind. But I think you know where I'm going with this, Sean. I think Country Boy might have gone to the same place I did. That sounds very sexist. Jess must mean people kind who love the bush. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Yeah, National Park Service. Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. I think it still gets a lot of visitors, doesn't it? Here, Gray Owl's cabin, I believe, still gets a lot of visitors. Beaver chewed furniture and all. Destiny is. It's okay. You had the word "the" in there, so I'm the one who went. Jeez. Hey, Jim's here. Yeah, McCandless. Right. To the bus to my on my son's property. I think of Christopher. Oh yeah, right. When you see that bus, absolutely. Yeah, but I do believe that the bus in Alaska has been moved. Alexander Supertramp, the real name Chris McCandless. Country, I wasn't gonna drop the hammer. Yeah, Sean, absolutely. That's it. New Yankee Workshop, Norm Abrams. Yeah. Another, different energy, not quite, it doesn't hit quite the same spot as Bob and Roy, but still like old school workshop show. It's like watching This Old House back in the day. Um, oh, Jim is out hopping in his truck for the drive home. Maybe we'll see you later. Maybe not. 2143. Sean loves that show. Yep. David, getting a little political, but yes, I would agree with him. Now, I would never say to vote for the Conservatives, so we're on the same page. Country Boy says Norm came across as a bit arrogant. I didn't like the new Yankee Workshop or This Old House. It was a different energy for sure. If you're all about the Woodwright shop, New Yankee Workshop could be a bit of a stretch, but I mean, it was a workshop show, and I love those. My all-time favorite of the shows that's still running is actually only on YouTube. It's oh no, God, come on! I've seen everything by this guy. British guy, older, no power tools. Why does this happen to me? Never mind. Oh yeah, Destiny. I look. Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't reload the page, it doesn't upload. It doesn't update the likes anymore. So I reloaded the page, so I know that there was at 1.14. I don't know why they do that. Oh, who's got an ad playing right now? Mal's here. How you doing, Mal? You getting set up to start shooting some vids for the warm part of the year? I think I saw something about that on your Instagram, right? Yeah, Sean is saying that he liked how he explained how to build each piece, how he always had a finished piece to show at the start. Oh, and you didn't like This Old House either. This Old House was different, eh? I mean, Zach Fudge, all hail the ale, Mr. Fudge. How you doing? Zach, since watching the Fallout show, I've been replaying New Vegas because it's still my favorite Fallout game. But I remember you having found the love of 76. Now I hear that 76 is a way better game than it was back last time we spoke about it. I just don't have the time for a game like that. Like, an online kind of, but I am interested in trying it out now that it seems to have gotten so much better. Destiny. The ale has been hailed. We're very capable of hailing ale around here. Destiny's like, my semantics are off tonight. I don't know. I think they're kind of quotable, actually. Mark, the giggles. Well, I did say something fairly untoward, right? Tor Dauber also appreciated the comment. Destiny's trying so hard to backpedal. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, guys. That was practically a single entendre. Oh yeah, nice. That's a good call, Zach. Time Team. I love Time Team. Absolutely. I've always had a thing for archaeology. I always think that I would have enjoyed going into archaeology. I mean, I know that you don't spend most of your time at a dig. You spend most of your time in an office or a lab, doing research. But I'm always enchanted by things that are ancient, and like part of me wants to see that thing back in its heyday, and I imagine, like anything you find buried was thrown or dropped or put there by someone unimaginable numbers of years ago. So yeah, I love Time Team. Homiomi just opened a package, and it's the best looking knife I've ever held, all the way from Japan. Muthos Homura MH015, convex on one side and high saber on the other. I wonder if there's a picture waiting for me. Did you send a pic? Because I don't know anything about that maker. Anything at all. I do love me some Japanese workmanship, though. Is Sean Alaska out? Did I miss a... Oh, he's saying kids off to bed. Okay. Hold on. Damn, I'm so lost here. Everything jumped, so I'm last. Hey, Austin's here. How you doing, Austin? I feel like I haven't really spoken to you in a long time. But how are things down in your corner, your neck of the woods? Such a weird term, right? Neck of the woods. Am I caught up? Or am I still like really late? Austin popped in at 9:46. Oh, I'm pretty close. I'm 4 minutes late. Still can't go with our vehicles, but yeah, I wanted to check on your well and the camper and filmed a bit, working on a few things. Nice. That'll be cool to see. Absolutely. I haven't seen the Last of Us series. Is that on Amazon? Is that an Amazon series? Madame has just gotten home from work. Yeah, what was Last of Us on? I kind of wanted to see it, but I feel that it was a service that I'm not renting, or I don't have time. But I heard it's very good, and I would like to see it. Really, Zach? I loved the show. I thought they really, I thought they really nailed so much of it. Three fundamentals. Wait, which three fundamentals are you thinking of? Long's Quest digs it. He digs it. Oh, so there's a video just posted? Okay. I will check that out. Zach is asking Homie if it's the one that Dutch Bushcraft Knives raved about. I didn't, man. I haven't been up on what they've been doing lately at all. I'm looking for now. Homie Yomi usually pings me over Instagram, I believe. I don't know if that's true, actually. But I don't know. Nope. I have way too many messaging apps. Austin dumped Instagram. I would like to do the same. I feel a little trapped. I'd also like to dump Facebook, eat the rich, dump the billionaires. But I'm having a really hard time because so much of my YouTubing and stuff is hooked in there. Like in terms of messaging and stuff. So I mean, I'm using them way less than I used to, but I would really like to dump them both. Trying to keep your heads up the best you can. You'll say that much. That's fine. I get it. You've been trying to do some more time in the woods, but spring has been slow coming there. I don't think spring hasn't really been slow here, but it hasn't been like all 20 degrees and sunshiny, right? I mean, we've had some cold days. We had a substantial snow dump in early April. But like today, I was walking the Squeaklet to school, and little buds are everywhere. So I mean, it kind of makes you feel, if like you can breathe again, a little optimistic. Mark Davison just looked it up online. Maybe that's what I should do. Except now I'm trying to scroll back and find it, but last was on HBO Max. That's why. Yeah, I don't have HBO. I pay for too many streaming services as it is. Just adding another one, and here's the thing: I pay for certain services so I can get certain shows. And I've dumped Amazon Prime because to hell with them. But this means that I'm not going to get to see Fallout Season 2 or the next season of whatever the Lord of the Rings season is called. Was it the Rings of Power? Or any of the stuff that I watched on Prime. But I can't be stuck just for TV shows, Ghouls was a little weird. I'm not sure what the issue with the power armor was. I'm a guy who in the game doesn't use power armor. I try to avoid the Brotherhood. I don't like them as a faction. So there's a lot that I might not have even noticed as someone who ain't got no truck with the Brotherhood of Steel. I hang out mostly on yes, I do Discord, but I don't have one for this channel yet. I feel like doing it before having at least 5,000 subs is maybe a little pretentious. I hang out a lot at Russell's Discord and at a couple of cocktail or whiskey Discords. My Discord username is, I think it's just my two YouTube names jammed together. I'm just looking myself up. Here, I'm gonna write it here, and I don't know if that means you can find me easily or what, but no, there's no capitals. Like, can I just copy my username and drop it there? Do you know if I can do that? Can I just copy my bad self? I do not believe I can. Okay, so hold on. Let me do this. It looks to me like that's what my name is, or my display name. There we go. That would be an excellent username. I should have gone for that. Sent on Instagram. Okay, hold on, kid. Sorry about that, people. Austin says, yes, it's been a good spring. Just one gorgeous day with sun and blue sky and 5 days of brisk air and frost on the windshields. So, yeah, a little bit like we've had here. Where was I? Yeah, so it's been kind of the same. Zach Fudge says, apparently Rings of Power just got sidelined. The showrunner got canned because of it being the most expensive series made that no one watched. So here's the thing. I loved the films, like the original, like Lord of the Rings trilogy. I saw 2/3 of the Hobbit series of movies. No, I said series. I didn't say Siri. Go away. I'm trying to find my Instagram so that I can see what homie done bought. Oh, which of my accounts did you send it to? I have too many accounts. I have too much stuff going on. Just too much stuff going on online. Oh, I hear the madame making herself a cocktail. Yeah, I gotta have a little cocktail set up down here. Wow, nice knife. So let me show the knife, and then I'll go back to what I was about to talk about. Can I just? Yeah, okay. So focus, damn you. There we go. Come on, fool. Oh, are you kidding me? There we go. Look at how big that is. I love the sort of the shape of the scales against the tang. Big honking knife. What's that hole in the sort of near the choil for? Very nice. I bet you that was expensive though. Was that like a big layout? So yeah, just going back to what Zach said, it's crazy how many shows based on films or film series that I consider absolutely beloved to me that I haven't loved. The Rings of Power series, I was watching. I wasn't totally sold on it, but I was enjoying it. Like The Dark Crystal was a film that was big for me. This series, the TV series, I got through 3 episodes and I was like, done, forget it, I'm not doing it. As I said, I loved the Fallout series. Was it perfect? No. I did sort of their treatment of ghouls. I'm kind of with Zach on that, but I still massively enjoyed this series because what it did really capture was the kind of dark humor that especially the first two games really nailed. But there was something else. Another TV series based on Willow. I took Willow personally, man, because that movie was fabulous. I'm dying to see it with my kids. But the TV show was just this YA garbage. I hated it. And when they finally, revealed Willow, it did not have any effect on me. The show was already ruined for me. You know? Where was I? Country Boy is gonna go pour his last dram. I forgot to bring a whiskey over, so I don't have a dram. David got off all social media, obviously aside from YouTube, not missing it at all. I wouldn't be either. I'm tired of people. I'm tired of the outrage game. So and so is doing this, and everyone just shares without even reading the attached story. I think YouTube might count as social media. I'm not entirely sure. Meh. Austin, does Canada have the TV tax like the Brits? Nope. No, we don't need a license. Our TV system is set up very much like yours in the States is. The rules are very different, but what I mean is it's not a licensed thing like it is in the UK. Though we do have a public broadcaster like they do, right? There's the BBC, we have the CBC, Australia has the ABC. Like, much of the world has the same system, the same setup as we do, kind of, because in Australia, I believe they don't have to pay a TV license either. Zach Fudge, Willow, yep, there it is. But I do pay for things I don't even watch, right? Like cable TV is where you pay for things you don't even watch for as well, right? Where I want to watch I was going to say Super Bowl, but you're never going to catch me watching the Super Bowl. What am I looking for? World Cup, right? Like when I was with Videotron, well, here's Videotron, but like when I had cable TV, to watch the World Cup, I had to buy the sports package, which was 3 sports channels just to watch one large event. Or if I wanted to keep up on basketball because Camille likes basketball, I would have to buy the whole sports package. And what we've done is we've swapped that out for I have to pay for entire streaming services full of shows I don't want to watch just for 2 or 3 shows that I do. And now on many of those streaming services, unless you go for the high end monthly fee, you're getting advertisements on a service you're paying for, which was true of cable as well, of course. But so like I don't, I make certain choices. Apple TV has some cool stuff. Stillwater is a show that Clem likes and that I love seeing her watch because it's the opposite of what so much children's TV is. Netflix has a lot of stuff she likes and a lot of stuff I like. What else Disney Plus, that's where Star Wars lives, but there's also a lot of stuff on there that Clem likes. Like anything that a bunch of us watch, I'll keep paying for. But like, I was the only one watching Fallout or Lord of the Rings. Oh no, my wife watched Lord of the Rings too. She's very into Lord of the Rings. But I don't want to pay for that many because you end up paying more per month now than you did with a basic cable package. Great. That's exactly where I wanted to end up. Zach said they removed the series from Disney Plus because no one enjoyed it. Is that Willow? Was Willow on Disney Plus? I'm just garbage. It's absolute garbage. Mallow watched the Super Bowl while ice fishing for free on Twitch. Quality was so, but we got to see the US commercials. I don't care. I thought that, like, I saw the halftime. I have an advert. Does anyone else have an advert right now? I can skip the advert, though. Can I? Yes. I have skipped the advert. Does anyone else have an advert right now? Willow was on Disney. Okay. But yeah, like I don't care about the Super Bowl. I don't even care about the ads really. I thought the halftime show was pretty good. I know that it pissed off a lot of people, but everything pisses off a lot of people. If you're gonna be pissed off by a halftime show, you need to sit down and take a cup of coffee. It's not that deep, as my daughter says. I hate it when she says it. Tubi is your favorite. Thank you for bringing that up because I am also using Tubi a lot. So, what I always say was my all-time favorite anime was Ranma One Half. I've seen some better stuff since, but there's a comfort value in Ranma for me because it's one I watched way back. And I started rewatching it on Tubi. I'm gonna cough. Excuse me for a second. I ended up buying the first season on Apple TV because the picture quality is so much better. But I find all kinds of stuff on Tubi that I'm like, this is great. And yeah, you start with an advert before every show, but I'm not paying for it, so I don't care. You know? And yeah, Tubi was where I discovered Ranma, and then of course Netflix is remaking it. The production quality is high, but the animation direction is not of the same level at all. But yeah, I love Tubi. Jim uses Facebook and Instagram to tell his paintings and brag about your granddaughter's hockey team. Fair enough. David says also Pluto TV is fun to watch and is free. I didn't know that there was such thing. I'll look it up. So everyone got an ad at around the same time as me. Okay. Country Boy says that Jim needs all the social media to brag about grandkids. Mello says ads while streaming. You have premium, so no ads. But yeah, I'm not paying for premium. I pay for too many things, as I've already said. It's 10 minutes past 10. 22:10, as I always say. What does that mean? The tea is over. The tea is over, but I have no whiskey. Oh, my picture quality looks lousy on YouTube all of a sudden. Is anyone else seeing that? Is anyone else seeing that? It should be 1080p, yeah? Oh, and now it's better. Okay, that was weird. I didn't like that. Yeah, I didn't even know about Pluto. I'll check it out. Oh, my Snap Ultraman, really? Interesting. Mellow ditched Spotify for YouTube Premium. That has music, right? Family Plan is worth it. In our house, we're on Apple Music. Okay, so for you guys, the picture quality, yeah, it's back to being okay here now. So I don't know what's going on. I just don't know what was going on, people. Oh, there's Off Grid Recon. How you doing? How's the weather? Peanut watches all his old westerns on Tubi. I should check that out. Like, it's funny. Everyone's in bed, and I've just finished doing something, and I kind of maybe want to watch an episode of something before I go to bed. I never think to look up like the old westerns I used to watch. Or I loved in like 1955, Disney put out a Zorro series that I don't know why I loved it so much, but I really, really did. Yeah. Ba-bum, 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 bum. You just passed 1,000 subs on the Nate Zoinks Shooting and Outdoors. Nice. That's cool. 1,000 subs is a nice signpost to hit. Milestone to hit for sure. It's very hard to get to it, so the fact that you got there is like, I love that. Good for you. Destiny loved Bonanza, and I haven't seen that in a long time. Country Boy is asking if Chris is a Clint Eastwood fan. Zach says Games Workshop came out with a streaming service, Warhammer Plus, and they had to tack on monthly models and coupons for people to actually pay for it. Yeah, look, I'm so tired of everything reaching for my wallet that I need to see value before I'm willing to spend on anything now. I need to see value, for sure. So David is getting the live stream at 720. What am I at? No, I'm at 1080. Wow, I can stream in 144p. Let me check that out. Nope. No. Only took 17 years. Fair enough. Well, hey, at least you got there, right? Go. Zach says Tubi has Bonanza. Okay, maybe I'll watch some of that like this week. Not this week. I have gigs this weekend. Maybe I'll watch some of that next week. You're in Colorado Springs this week? Is it nice there? Chris likes the crime shows as well. You said crime shows because of what you said about westerns. I thought you were going to go like Kojak. What was that one with Telly Savalas? No, that was Kojak. There's another one I'm thinking of. Guy in a trench coat. The name, of course, escapes me right now because they always do nowadays. What the hell was his name? Mal sees me in full 1080. That's nice. That's good. Zach says that Tubi has the Rifleman too. Okay. So it was 20 in Colorado Springs today. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's warmer than it was here for sure. Here, I think it hit like 15. Colombo, thank you, Zach and Country Boy. That's exactly who I was thinking of. Colombo. Is a Nate Zoinks calling for snow Friday. Nice. Okay. So that's schizophrenic weather, I call it. Malo started watching anime. So many cool series, a lot of crap ones too, but they're growing on you for sure. Yeah, there's a bunch that I like, and there's a bunch that I really don't. I think for anyone who's into gaming at all, there's one called what's the English word name? Delicious in Dungeon, I think, which is very niche because it's anime about D&D. But whoever makes it really knows D&D and really knows like gaming culture. so it's enjoyable for me to watch, even though I'm not a D&D player at all. Weird weather happens in the center of the country for sure. Absolutely. Mallow, my favorite anime right now is definitely Dan Da Dan. I absolutely love it. Zach likes Perry Mason. Sure, classic choice. Absolutely. Yeah, the Japanese name is Dungeon Meshi, but like that doesn't show up in Netflix, right? In Netflix, it says Delicious in Dungeon. I love the theme song, which is unsurprising because I'm in a Celtic fiddle band. But yeah. Peter Falk is Columbo. Yep. I love how you guys know exactly. Jesse's brain is going on him again. Everyone, go. Oh, you're finishing Death Note. I haven't started that one yet. Haven't started it yet. What do I don't remember the names of anything I started. Like nothing. I wish I had more tea, or at least whiskey. Is anyone else having a drink right now? Just to make me feel bad about forgetting to bring the whiskey over. Oh, classic choice, Cowboy Bebop for sure. Absolutely. Oh, I really hated the live action though. It came across as like a student film kind of thing. David's out. Good night. Sleep well, Mr. David, and I hope the missus is on the mend. I forgot to ask you about that. Rats. Mallow, no drink. I'm actually going to bed now. Okay, so good night, Mallow. Everyone say good night to her eco life. Oh, yes, Zach, exactly. The live action was a bad fanfic for sure. Yep. That's a pretty perfect summing up. I really wanted to like it because what's his name? The main actor. But I feel that he was better. He was a higher grade actor than that show was. I don't mean he's like an A-lister, but I would have expected better from him than that show kind of thing. Yeah, good night, Mallow. See you next time. See you on the interwebs, somewhere between my channel and yours. Getting tired here, peoples. I'm looking for like Country Boy has a. There it is. Good night, David. Good to see you again, Mallow. Good luck with the big decisions. Yeah, for sure. I don't know where the hell we can see that, but I would definitely watch a few episodes of that again for old time's sake. Absolutely. Maybe that's on Tubi as well. I haven't seen. I haven't seen it yet. No, rats. Hold on. That's what I wanted to put up. I haven't seen it yet. I still haven't watched the actual anime either, though. It's just there's a lot to watch there, so I fear starting on that. So I recently rewatched Princess Mononoke because I think that Cody is old enough for that movie now, but I wanted to make sure. Clem is definitely not old enough for Princess Mononoke. But it's funny, I had forgotten so much of that movie, you know. I knew it was a towering piece of work, but I had forgotten so much of that movie. I don't know why I made the jump from One Piece to Studio Ghibli. Actually, there was a thought process there, but the thread sort of fizzled, and now I can't remember why I was talking about it. So never mind. Even Netflix's Avatar was pretty crap. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I won't waste my time on it, because here's the thing: I don't want to waste my time on a show, right? I'm afraid to start something and have the same experience I had with wasting 3 episodes worth on the Dark Crystal series, spending 4 episodes on Willow before, like, nope, I wasted my time. So I'm afraid to start anything now. Yeah, mate. We'll get a subscription and binge what we want and unsub. The last subscription I'll probably cancel is YouTube Premium. For as much YouTube as I watch it, it's a phenomenal deal. And it would probably be the same for me. My problem is I love the idea of subscribing, binging, and dropping it, but I would forget to drop it and end up with a monthly bill, you know? But it's not a bad idea. Like, when next season of Fallout comes out, maybe I'll just re-abonne to Amazon Prime, watch all the episodes, and then drop it like it's hot. But yeah. What does YouTube Premium cost even? I looked it up at one point, but I've totally forgotten. Because of course I did. Yeah, exactly, Countryboy. That's what I'm saying. The problem is the dropping it part. I forget. I completely forget. That's where, what's that? Rocket Money or whatever it is that like you can have manage your subscriptions. What do you mean I'm subscribed to that? Get me out of there. You think it's bank? Yeah, I don't know what it is. Here's my problem. I'm still salty at YouTube for demonetizing me back in what was it, 2018, when they shifted the goalposts, because everyone who creates product on YouTube, right? Everyone who is YouTube product is bringing value, is in either direct or indirect ways bringing money to the platform. So where the hell do they get off telling us how many minutes we need to have, or how many subs we need to have, or whatever, in order to be a YouTube partner and to be paid? Especially because there is no money to be had, right? Anyone who is smart is making most of their money off of like memberships or Patreons, merch, brand deals, stuff like that, because just getting the YouTube ad revenue is an excellent way to make nothing, or like to make $100 a month kind of thing. Or, well, more than that if you have a larger channel. But I mean, the money is comparatively bupkis. So they're not paying enough to really make the case that at under 1,000 subs, you're not worth the pay. We're the product. We're the product. YouTube is not the product. We're the product, because YouTube takes us and then sells us for for adverts, for, we're the product. I'm the product, and you guys are the product, because your eyes are worth money to YouTube, and they don't share that with us unless we hit certain goalposts. Oh, nice. Zach had 3 months of Disney for $2.99 each last year. Binged King of the Hill. Okay. Firefly. Loved that series. Too bad it got cut when it did. And Clone Wars. Excellent use of your 3 months. You know why? I don't remember what I was talking about though, but I believe you. Oh, I see. I get what you're saying. They want to vet the channel. Yeah, I know. I get that, but nope. And by the way, it's the same thing on TikTok. Because I'm in Canada, there's no creator fund for me, and that has to do with what was that bill that like JJ and Call Me Chris were drumming up people to speak out against, and the upshot was that TikTok doesn't have to pay Canadian creators. But Bill C11, I think you're right. Yeah, except that you're creating content that generates income for the company. So I think it's horrible that there's no creator fund in Canada. C16. uh, you were taking a couple of pennies before it happened, and now you'll probably not make anything because yeah, they've really. And my other YouTube channel, not this one, but my second one, it's about whiskey and cocktails. Forget it. No way. So I don't know. I don't know. It was the bill. It was an online. It was an online content bill. It was sold about. It was sold as a bill to strengthen Canadian content online or whatever. But when you look under the hood, you know what was 16. I don't remember. I do not remember. Yes, I have a second channel. It's much smaller. 507 members, subs as of this writing. I use it for whiskey reviews and cocktails. I would drop a link, but hold on. Do I have? View my channel. Drop it. Like it's hot. So is it letting me drop it there? Yeah. There it is. Like I said, it was also a censorship bill. I remember there being something about that as well. It's been a long time since I paid attention to it. I'm at 509 now. That's good. Is that because you just subbed? You won't be oh, a new version of my browser is ready to install. No, I'm in the middle of live streaming, Brave. Jeez. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You won't be sorry. It's good content if you like booze. But yeah, like was just being mentioned by Nate Zoinks, that channel will never make me anything because of the new rules. And I don't look. YouTube is a private company; they can make up their rules. Fine. But I do think that as someone who is bringing value to the channel, to the company, I deserve better treatment than whatever. I'm not even gonna. Yes. So pew pews and alcohol are both on the wrong side of YouTube's views right now. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Ranger, for the sub. Oops. It's not what I meant to do. But anyways. So yeah. Country Boy's like, when the hell did Wonders Ranger sneak in? It was a few minutes ago. More than a few minutes ago, but yeah. Oh no, another yawn. People, where the hell's Christy? What's going on there? Exactly. Oh, one just jumped in, didn't realize what day it was. I love it. Heard a couple of months ago that Google might have to sell off Chrome because of anti-monopoly. I don't know how actual. Okay, so right now, Meta, is that what the Zuck's company is called? They're on trial right now for antitrust. If all goes well, actually, they'll likely be forced to sell off Instagram and WhatsApp. Google is under scrutiny as well, and will likely, like, depending on how this goes, yeah, Google is probably going to be at least partly broken up, for sure. Wonder says howdy, by the way. Yep, howdy to you as well. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, country boy. What the hell? Where are Crispy, Marcus, and Jerry? What's going on? Maybe they're all on tour. Not tour. What do you call when you all get onto a boat on a cruise? Maybe they're all on a cruise together. All kicking back with margaritas on a deck, singing Margaritaville. Oh, I should make a margarita. I like a good margarita. I do not make my margaritas in a blender. I do them the old-fashioned way. I don't mean like as in an old-fashioned. I mean I do them the original way, which is no blender. Apparently, Jerry posted a beach pic earlier. Did he? Like in the Discord or on his socials? So okay, we know that Jerry is on a cruise right now. I remember he was either going on one or had just gone on one in the last live stream. Country Boy says, aside from the cruise, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would enjoy being on a cruise either. Playing Crocomo on the deck with a bunch of octogenarians, but some people really like going on a cruise. So Chris says Jerry's cruising, Marcus is napping in his lazy boy after a bucket of nachos, and Kristen, I think, is camping. Oh, right. Are they camping now? I never know when, like, people saying, yeah, I'm doing blah. And then by the next live stream, I've completely forgotten when they're doing it. And I've likely forgotten that they're doing it until someone reminds me. Everything just jumped. Hey, Jim's back. Everyone, Jim's back. Beto's here. Click. Crumbs. Click. Jesus, crumbs. Stop jumping. There we go. Beto's here. How are you doing? How's the weather all the way down there tonight? All the way down there. Hey, Curmudgeon's here too. Oh, it jumped, for crying out loud. Why does it do this? There we go. Hope you're doing good. Been busy up here. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm okay. It's weird, but I'm doing all right. As the Norwegians say, I'm still standing and not crying. So I'm glad to know that you're busy up there, because it's better busy than bored. I mean, unless you're busy because your basement's flooded or something, in which case, whoops. But I do hope that you're happily busy, and it's all good vibes. Chris has finally finished cooking his supper. What are you having? Zach says, if Google gets broken up, I wonder if YouTube will go back to the Wild West like the good old days. I don't think that Google will let go of YouTube. I think they would fight that tooth and nail. They might just, Alphabet might just be stuck with like Google and YouTube, and they have to divest of other stuff. But I don't know. I would In many ways, I would love to see YouTube go back to being an independent company. I know that that would empty their pockets, but I don't see Google as a force for good in the world. I don't trust them. In fact, I have switched my email away from Google. I mean, I still have my Google email because I can't have this channel without the Google email, without the Gmail account. But I'm deprioritizing that because I have an ad. Who else has an ad? Who got an ad? But yeah, just to say, I would, in my wildest dreams, YouTube would go back to that Wild West. I would love that for sure. For sure, eh? I think somebody is leaving, but I don't see it. Is Mark Davidson out? I don't see it. I don't see that message. Oh yeah, I must away. Good night, all. So good night, Mark. See you next time. Chris, there's an ad running. No, the ad's over. You had bacon, 2 burgers with onion and cheese, 2 runny eggs on top. Still doing the carnivore diet. Lost 20 pounds so far. Nice. 20 pounds is good. Yeah, Jim, I got another ad as well. I'm just taking a look. Excuse me. Curmudgeon says something that I can't. Okay. When I first started YouTube with your first channel years ago, you started earning money right away. When I started this channel, I was shocked I had to jump through those through hoops to earn. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, even with this channel, I got demonetized. I think it was 2018. Does anyone remember when they shifted the goalposts? Oh, Winders Ranger or Winders. You ended up being demonetized because of lack of watch hours. Supposedly I have it back up now and trying to get remonetized. I agree. I don't trust Google as far as I can throw them. Yeah. So my problem, I got demonetized. I mean, I had 1,000 subs, but I was at like 3,800 minutes of watch time, and I kept riding that 3,800 forever. And like at one point, there was like a spike that was almost at 4,000, and so my average was really nice and high, but then that spike fell off because it was within a certain amount of time, and then that spike fell off and I went down to like 3,400. I was like, this is impossible. But then through some really frankly sterling content, I got my watch hours back up, and also live streaming helped that for sure. Zach would like to do carnivore, but I like potatoes too much. I also like potatoes. And by the way, potatoes are an extremely useful food because they fill you up with fewer calories than lots of other stuff. Chris likes to stay away from processed foods, as do I. All right. Good night, Jim. Jim is out because it's an early morning tomorrow. Sleep well, mister. Country boy. Potatoes. They have to be fried for me, though. Oh, wow. Fried? Like as in French fries, or like you would do, man, a potato. You boil potatoes, leave them in the skins, smash them flat with the bottom of a glass or something, and then you can put like a little shredded cheese in there and throw them in the oven. It's hard to describe just how good that is. It doesn't have to be just shredded cheese. You can put anything in it because, like, when you smash them, you flatten them out so you can just put stuff on top and it doesn't roll off. So good. Also, they cook through faster. Stop with the yawning. They cook through faster because like they're this thick instead of like circular potatoes. I also love sweet potato. My wife does not, so I don't tend to. No, my wife is good with sweet potato. Camille does not like sweet potato. Which makes no sense to me because they're sweet. You like fried potatoes like at the Waffle House. What the hell's a Waffle House? Is that like a chain of restaurants? Country boy smashes his taters, the baby ones, like the grelot. Then you deep fry them for a few minutes. I do not have a deep fryer, and I mean I have a pot and I have oil, but I use an air fryer mostly to sort of keep my fat content down. Fried potatoes like at the Waffle House. The yawning is real, people. It's because I'm so wrecked. That appointment I had this afternoon really took a lot out of me. Loose grated hash browns like Waffle House. What is this Waffle House that everyone's talking about? I'm waiting for that message. There we go. Chris says that I have to go to his house so he can take me to the Waffle House. Everyone should eat there once. Okay, but not if it's like International House of Pancakes. I will tell you something for free, man. IHOP is a place I will never go back to. It's the kind of place where surf and turf is like a meat patty floating in a plate of grease, except it's a waffle because it's Waffle House. It's International House of Pancakes. Okay, so Waffle House is a chain in the States. Okay, good to know. Hey, Tenenbaum's here. How you doing? How you doing? We're on for like another 15 minutes. But I keep yawning, man. I was telling everyone this because I had an appointment this afternoon that really took all my energy. So I'm like, but hey, Tuesday night we got a live stream. We're enjoying ourselves. We're being friends. We're talking. We're chitting and chatting. Goals. Die a happy man. That's a goal to have. Curmudgeon would rather eat at Waffle House than I flop. I'd rather eat a plate of shit than eat at Waffle at IHOP again. It was awful. Goffle? What the hell's goffle? I was trying to say god awful. I have to work goffle into conversation ASAP. Zach says that Waffle House is an institution in the South. IHOP, but way better. Country Boy says if you go to Waffle House, make sure you're armed. Nope. I don't pack no heat. So, does Waffle House have like a drive-in? Drive-through? The drive-in, that's a cinema. I can just sort of pop up in my window, order a stack of waffles with a pat of butter on top and some real maple syrup, please. None of this table syrup garbage. And then drive off into the sunset. Sticky fingers as I drive. Chris says Waffle House is how you gauge a hurricane. They're open 24/7, every 365, and if they close, you're in trouble. Okay, that's good to know. That's really good to know. Winders Ranger says, watch out for flying chairs. I saw a YouTube channel of someone who worked at some sort of fast food place whipping a chair through the air. Was that at a Waffle House? What? It's a 2-hour wait to get in on the weekends? Crumbs. Okay. Oh, Waffle House is like a Denny's at 3 a.m. Folks go out to clubs and then go to it to try to sober up. Yikes. Okay, good to know. No drive-through. Just search Waffle House on YouTube. Is this like one of those places where everything weird happens there, kind of thing? Samuel says FEMA, or whatever's left of it, actually uses this to judge the severity of a disaster. Really? The Waffle House Index? Are you kidding me? That's hilarious. I mean, real world touch points, right? That's funny. I've never heard of that. That's enchanting. The Waffle House Index. I mean, that's pure gold, right? If your business has that kind of an impact, that's pure gold. Come on, side chat. I see stuff happening. There we go. Chris says there's one YouTube where a guy went in at 2 a.m. The cook was sleeping and he cooked his own food. Zach says it's like if Florida was a chain restaurant. A lot of crazy crap happens there. That's a hilarious thing to say. Convention says that depends on the area. We had a nice Waffle House in Punta Gorda, Florida. Great food, but it was small. However, at the south end of town, you risked everything. You risk seeing chairs fly by. Okay, so yeah, this is Waffle House girl threw a chair at a customer that hit or pushed her or something. Florida man does eat at the Waffle House. This sounds like the kind of place I'm not going into without a running camera, like a body cam or something. That's funny. Oh yeah, I'm out of tea. Damn it, I'm out of tea. I'm hungry too. I may have to have a snack when we're done here. Maybe a little cheese. Maybe a little cheese. What do you think, Destiny? Should I have cheese? One says where your menu is also the placemat. Oh, that's old school. That's like every greasy spoon in Montreal at one point had exactly that. The mattress, the placemat was like this paper thing with the menu printed on it, or sometimes laminated. Chris says, chair or no chair? I love the Waffle House. Good to know. Destiny says, bring on the cheese. Love the fromage. Yeah, I'm going to have some cheese when we're done here. Absolutely. What they need at the Waffle House is, what was that chair called? It was designed for the U.S. Navy back during, I believe, the Second World War. These, like a real one of these chairs is like $1,000 purchase, but they had to be able to withstand like a torpedo hit. What the hell was that chair called? I really want one, like a real one, mostly because of how compelled I am by the story of how they were designed and made, and their sort of historicity. And it would be just such a good conversation piece, but they're expensive. What the hell is it called? I mean, the model number is Navy chair, but I mean, what's the company that made it called? Oh yeah, Emeco. The Emeco Navy chair, the 1006, was originally built in 1944 for Navy warships during World War II, but later became a designer chair used in high-end restaurants and by interior designers. Do you guys know the Emeco 1006? Country Boy is saying to Chris, you're an intimidating looking dude, Chris. You should be safe at Waffle House. Truth. I pack heat too. I do not. Yeah, the Navy. It's the 1006. It's by Emeco. Look, there's a lot of false ones or faux, off-brand. But if I was independently wealthy, I would buy a real one, original color, like none of the later, like with arms and all that. No, the classic Emery Navy chair. Have it in my living room, or have it like under my, like not under, but at my desk or something. But it would have to be somewhere that someone would notice it, and that would give me the excuse to go into the history of this chair, because that's where I just reminded myself of that Go Talk or whatever it's called, um, where Gabriel Danby, the ex CEO of Gransfors Brook, was talking about the process of how he pulled that company out of bankruptcy, and what he kept saying was that you have to give, it's fine to sell a physical object, but also sell the information, include the information, which is why they started putting that little booklet on the Gransfors, which is now, which was also on the Wetterlings. And like I've seen them on other Axe brands as well. But like the information surrounding the Emeco 1006 is part of the compelling nature of the chair. Country boy, and you're a Floridian, so your version of danger isn't the same as most people's. Fair enough. Hold on. You grab me a whiskey while you're over there. Saw a map where heart attacks in the U.S. correspond to Waffle House locations in the U.S. Let's get that. Oh, damn. Wait, stay safe.
Can I go?
Yep. Curmudgeon says, yes, folks in Florida get used to crazy crap. We traded crazy people in Florida for bears in Alaska. Fair enough. Windows Ranger is also agreeing. Chris says, we got all the crazies in Panama City, which is the Redneck Riviera. Good to know. Shawnee here, kicking back. Tenenbaum says, there's a terminology of describing how you want your hash browns at the Waffle House. This place is like a cultural milestone. Country boy prefers the danger of bears to what he's seen from Florida. What, some crazy naked guy on bath salts eating the face off a motorist? Destiny loves her some hash browns. It's good to know. Every now and again, if I didn't have time for breakfast before I rocket out the door to go to the office, I'll stop off at the A&W for a breakfast sandwich, sausage on an English muffin, and a cup of the morning caffeine and a hash brown. Tasty enough for me. Country boy says, the brown bear I have in the area is rather large. Track is about 14 inches across. Wow. Okay. I hear they're going to stop spring break in that area. I know that certain parts have already stopped spring break for sure, or have discouraged the spring break, the usual spring break. Oh, for God's sakes, never mind. You know what I'm saying. See, I think you mean Hootie and the Blowfishes scattered, smothered, and covered, for example. Is that what that is? That really? Hootie, yep, I got you. Johnny, yeah, A&W. So, trivia: A&W in Canada is not a related company to A&W in the United States. They were, but I believe since, was it 1971 or something, A&W in Canada has been a completely different company, which is why the menu does not correspond. I believe the family names for the burgers might be a Canadian thing, but the menu is not the same. The nutritional information is not the same. Headquarters is not the same. Zach says, I've been interested in Waffle House since I saw Bourdain's episode on it. Man, I miss that guy. The beautiful thing about Anthony Bourdain was that he really wanted everyone to get with good food, right? He wasn't gatekeeping. He wasn't, there was no, I'm getting scattered, smothered, covered, chunked. I've never even heard of this. Apparently, Zach says, Bacardi doesn't sell 151 in the U.S. because of white college kids on spring break. Interesting. I could see, yeah, I was about to go exactly there. I wouldn't want to live through that. I mean, why does everything have to go over the top? You know, why does everything have to get stupid? St. Patrick's Day is like that too. Like, a lot of people who go out for St. Patrick's Day go out to get chundering drunk. They go out to get absolutely obliterated because, you know, it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm like, oh, God, you're stupid. It's not only about waking up feeling sick or maybe foolish the next day. It's about how chances are you've ruined somebody's St. Patrick's night, stumbling around and being disagreeable. Country Boy says, I grew up in a city with an actual drive-in A&W. Wow, nice. So in Montreal, there is this place called Orange Julius. No, the Orange Julep. It's a huge orange. It's a restaurant, and they used to, is like the last place in town to have a drive-in where you drive in, you park, and a waitress comes up to you on rollerblades and then brings you a tray and hooks it on the side of your car. When I was a kid, that's what A&W was as well. Like, you would just, or at least there were A&Ws where there were the drive-ins where you drove in and someone would come up to your car and then bring you your food. I mean, they still, if you eat there, they still, I'm sorry, guys, you still get this huge frosty glass mug. In fact, for some reason, I still have a mug that I got when I was a toddler, not a toddler, but like a young kid. It's this tiny little glass A&W mug. They don't have those tiny ones anymore for kids. But yeah. Okay, we're at 11 o'clock, and I am dying for a sleep and maybe a little snack. So we're going to shut her down until next week. This live stream went a lot better than I thought it was going to because A, tired, B, no subject. I'm going to try to come up with a subject for next week. I hope that works out for me. Hold on a second. Hold on. Grace says, when they brought your food out and you ate in your car, I remember that when I was very young. Yep. Baby mama and papa with the tray from window to window. We saw a couple of white spots that to the trays. Interesting. All right. Good night, everyone. Tenenbaum has dropped a YouTube link, which I am right-clicking and opening in a new tab as we speak. And everyone, between now and next week, please be safe, be healthy, be sane, and be kind to one another. Good night, everyone.